ago, actually I think it was last year, Bao was trying to initiate into a project and ended up being scammed by a studio. The owner of that studio itself completely dipped and took all of her money, and she still doesn't have it. Now we have a video from Rima where she talks about the scenario and goes through it bit by bit. It's going to be a very interesting video and a very interesting topic, so sit down, relax, and get ready. But before we get into that topic, make sure you like this video if you're watching this on YouTube. I appreciate it if you click the like button. Also, sub to the channel if you enjoy these reactions. Now, let's get into it. Dude, I love Bao, by the way. I really like Bao. Beat her up.
To a water park, and then her chat will never hear from her again. Weird. Yeah, why did I do that?
You're weird.
You're weird. Bow, don't forget your underwear. I bet Ojo Salma's gonna forget her
Those
underwear.
cheeks are wild.
Please don't.
Oh my god.
At me.
That was beautiful. Sang by an angel.
You might know Bao as one of the most popular indie YouTubers out there. Someone with a ton of cake, entertaining content,
massive,
or even for her incredible singing skills. And you'd be right about all of those things. Bao is also someone who's had to overcome a lot of bumps in the road to get to where she is today.
She has.
Buckle up, my little dumplings.
She's a legend.
Because today, we're diving deep into the story of Bao the Whale. Before
Bao
enchanting
Bao.
audiences as the VTuber Bao, she was known as Exploitation, a Nutaiti singer who first charmed listeners.
I didn't know
with
that,
acoustic
actually.
Covers on Instagram as early as January 2015. Hikaru's musical journey continued on YouTube starting in March 2015, where her English adaptation of Vocaloid and anime songs, often accompanied by her own guitar arrangements, garnered a devoted following. Her talent and dedication even led her most popular cover, an English rendition of My R, to surpass 20 million views by December 2023.
Wow.
Then, on October
20
31st,
million?
2020, she embarked on a new chapter, debuting as the VTuber Bao and bringing her powerful vocals and engaging presence to the VTuber scene.
That was a fun situation.
VTuber debut on October 31st, 2020 was a smashing success, where she sang songs, revealed her lore video.
I had no freaking idea that she did that at all. Like, Bao is this, like, specimen. A very interesting VTuber gremlin. So I never assumed she came from such a talented content creation background. I thought she was just yapping.
And released the cover of Doja Cat's song Say So. Unfortunately, the initial excitement surrounding her debut was dampened when she discovered a contractual clause taking a hefty 20% cut of her revenue on top of YouTube's 30% share by her YouTube agency, leaving her with a mere 50% of her earnings. Despite this setback, Bao quickly established herself as a prominent indie talent, amassing over 200,000 followers on Twitch by February 2022. Fans flocked to her streams, drawn in by her powerful vocals honed from years as the Nutaiti singer and her genuinely kind personality. Bao celebrated reaching 300,000 followers on Twitch by June 2022, quickly followed by the debut of her Bilibili channel in July.
A lot of YouTubers do Bilibili.
Audiences with her unique blend of talent and unhinged humor.
How did I feel reading those tweets? Warm, aroused, comforted, and very loved. Arthur said, "Thank you to everyone who has shown the love and horniness for Blythe." Oh, that's my fucking tweet, yo! No, that's my fucking tweet!
Bro.
Her content became progressively wilder as she embraced her chaotic side, even debuting a princess and yandere form. Ara, things are getting pretty spicy here.
Stop.
By November 2022, she achieved another milestone, reaching 500k subscribers on YouTube.
That is insane.
To her growing popularity. She collabed frequently with other popular YouTubers such as Shy Lily and Akuma Nimune, with whom she co-hosts the Bikini Bottoms podcast.
I remember this.
Vienna. In
I
September
remember the first
2022,
episode.
she unveiled
It's a really good
summer
podcast.
lemon bao model, complete with new lore, and embarked on her first uncapped subathon.
Is she good?
What?
She continued to bless fans with her musical talent, releasing original songs like Citrus Love and Love Me Not. And yes, she reached 500,000 followers on Twitch as well, solidifying her status as an internet icon. From her alleged head dent, perhaps the result of one too many epic gamer moments. Wait, do I have a head dent too? To her army thirst and
Dad, have you ever oh my god, the blueberry bow. Have you all checked if you have a head dent? Because apparently if you wear a headset a lot of time, like for a very long duration of time, you get like a dent in the middle of your head. Not the blueberry bow. That is beauty standards, right? Wow. Mamma mia. I think it's insane that this has been a meme for so long and people took this the complete wrong way on Twitter.
The infamous Bowberry. Don't ask. Just trust me on this one.
Beautiful.
Bow's journey has been anything but predictable. But as we'll soon uncover,
stop worrying, has enough of that.
Personality and willingness to trust would attract not only devoted fans, but those eager to exploit her good nature for their own gain. In May 2023, in a heartbreaking stream, Bao revealed a disheartening truth. The animation studio she hired for a music video had taken her $34,000 without delivering.
$34,000. That's nearly as much as some people make close to a year. Isn't that insane? $34,000.
Leaving her dreams of a beautiful animation in pieces.
To summarize the beginning of my stream, I lost all of my...
It's not even $34,000. It's $34,500. If you round it up, it's $35,000. Jesus.
My subathon money. It was going towards animated music videos for my original songs. The studio in question has refunded me exactly $20 to date.
$20?
This is how much they owe me.
That is insane.
Duck bank transfers later, I've received nothing. You promised you'd pay me back and that you weren't stringing me along. You kicked my staff out of all our group chats anytime we tried to negotiate with you. You blocked my lawyer. Where is our money? At James.
Wow. They blocked her lawyer? Wow.
Studio cell.
As whispers spread, it became clear
that is insane though. I mean, like, I'm very interested to see the follow-up. I'm not really sure what happened later on, but that is something insanely illegal. It's impressive how they just went on for it and didn't think to themselves, wait, obviously nothing can go wrong by me stealing $34,500 from somebody so famous and someone in this industry for such a long time. Obviously nothing is going to go bad.
An isolated incident.
I can attest to this. I worked with them too and only got my refund back when I pushed PayPal for a dispute. Almost was robbed of $3K. Just finished stream and I'm too tired to write out a whole spiel. TLDR, my lore video's deadline was delayed to oblivion, still missing assets, and overall experience was excruciatingly awful. Link to my video.
So how did nobody put one and one together if there were so many people that had bad experience with this company, this animation studio company? Why did there, I don't understand how there was like so many bad experience, but yet nobody talked about this. That's wild.
I'll comment more once I wake up if needed.
The seemingly reputable studio head had been methodically scamming numerous indie VTubers out of significant sums, totaling over $100,000. His tactics were as cunning as they were heartless.
I think that is the case. It is insane though, because I feel like VTuber talk, okay? I do feel like VTuber do talk. Now, they might not talk publicly about all things, but like, you know, see Zens and stuff like that. I do think they have a really close connection and they talk about a lot of things. So I don't understand how they didn't like share that information in any sort of regard. I think the reason why this wasn't shared publicly is because they want to keep it professional and they don't want to put somebody in a bad light like that, even though they deserve to be in the bad light.
About his impressive resume, name-dropping past work at reputable anime studios and projects with big-name VTubers to build a facade of legitimacy.
I know who this is, and this scumbag who scammed out of 36,000 have been bad-mouthing me and my studio to his clients. How about instead of talking shit about other studios, that actually deliver. You focus on not scamming your clients and actually refunding them if you can't give them what they paid for. Based Mary as always.
After reeling in a client, often under the guise of collaboration or friendship, the project would inevitably descend into chaos, a nightmarish abyss of broken promises and missed deadlines. Artists would be left unpaid, overworked, and scrambling for answers. Their bank accounts thinner than my patience for, well, let's just say I've got a lot of patience for those late night existential spirals. But not for James. The inner workings of this alleged studio were shrouded in a fog of confusion, leaving many to wonder what truly transpired behind those closed doors. And as for the unfinished projects and unpaid invoices piled up, this con man would continue to solicit new clients, his pocket growing heavier as their dreams withered on the vine.
Jesus.
The internet responded with a collective gasp, the sound of countless of fans outraged by the news that affected so many of their favorite content creators. VTubers like Vienna, Girl DM, Captain Hana, Saray, Nemu, and Giga took to Twitter, their keyboards ablaze with righteous fury, each tweet a virtual slap in the face of this shady studio owner.
Some background. James Wick is someone who was employed by a legitimate animation studio and had worked to complete legitimate projects before, both under Tonari and
Maybe has a great
Cell,
voice.
his new project. Studio Cell unfortunately went under due to many of his employees not being paid on time, or at all. My project was cancelled due to everyone leaving the studio. With all this going on, he still tried to convince others he could take more work and continue to gather more animators and more clients, making many pay up front. This is how everyone got here. I will let the other girls tell their side and explain more, but what he did was not right at all. The girls are asking for their refunds not due to an issue of quality of work, but that it was physically impossible. His studio fell apart, no one was getting paid. He won't refund people for projects that had not even started. Where did the money go? People think that he is an animator from our tweets. He is not. He is the one managing teams of animators and coordinating production. I mentioned the studio falling apart due to people not getting paid. That's him not paying them. He also owes clients refunds for work that he did. Even if you managed to get your money back, our projects were ruined, deadlines ruined, plans ruined. Be careful out there, guys.
Back in March, I worked with Studio Cell for my lore video.
So I don't want to stop there for a second, but like, I mean, like, obviously all of his money is going to his yacht, right? He's putting all that money into his bank account. He's putting it in the pockets. He's not paying anyone. This scenario, he's not the first one I've heard this rodeo in the streaming industry. Now, it might be the first I've heard in the VTubing industry in itself, but I remember there was this guy making plushies for Warcraft and other streamers on Twitch. He was trying to design these plushies and basically all the streamers did a pre-sale of these plushies. So the consumers bought the plushies. They bought the plushies and they sold thousands of thousands. This happened to multiple different kind of creators. This guy that owned the company basically took all of that money and gaslit every creator and said that these things were being put into work. These things are being made. This is getting in. As time passed, the creator keep asking about it. He says the same thing, and people had to dig real through things to figure out where the factory he was saying he was working with, it's the projects of people that he was working with, etc., to find out that he was actually not hiring anyone. He was not trying to get anyone to work on these projects, and all he did was just sit there and gaslight and try to kind of save time after doing the initial sales. This is not the first that somebody gone with an idea, a project, or gone with like a studio or a company saying they will sell this service to a streamer and just take the money and dip. The difference is that, like, you can do this. There are not really many laws that protect these things, depending on where you live in the world. If you live in the US, there's not that many laws that will protect you from these scenarios itself. The only thing that you can do is sue them. But I'm not a lawyer myself, so I don't know how far you can sue them like personally, because in the end of the day, a lot of this is very hard to get through. And it's unfortunate. But I'm just saying that this has happened multiple times in the past, and it is a sad thing to see.
I was promised
No consumer protection in America. No.
Just about 1.5-minute video for this amount. I pulled out of the project after I heard from the other ladies that he's not who he said he was. He's a compulsive liar, a thief, and a spineless, despicable worm. As you can see in photo 3, he tries to buy his time until PayPal cannot protect me anymore, but I wasn't letting that happen. The only reason I got my refund back was I was lucky enough to be warned by everyone that there was no lore video going to be delivered to me. I let him know his time was up and my patience had been consumed, so I was still in the time frame of PayPal to start a dispute. You deleted your DMs, but I still have them. So I ask you as well, James, where's their money? I would tag you.
Also, I do find this is another thing. So there's no consumer protection in the US. And I've heard, so this is a very normal thing in banks in my country, right? But I've actually heard from my from many American, Canadian friends, from people from US, that banks have different functionalities. Some banks will not take or do the work of initial steps whenever it comes to fraud or a situation where you're trying to get a refund on products. If I, for example, let's say I buy something, right? I buy something on the internet. I can go and call my bank to get assistance for them to handle the refund, like refund for that product. But there, depending on which bank you have hired in the US, some functions like that are not established. And the thing is that some of these, like, I don't know what Captain Hannah uses or Bao or everything else, if PayPal is the only way, I think PayPal does have some formal way to help with refund cases, but they are a little bit clumsy in many sort of regard. But when it comes to like in other banks, the ones I'm used to, they tend to take a really quick and solid steps for these things.
But you seem to have deleted your Twitter.
Banks to the minimum they can without breaking the law. Obviously, they're not going to break the law.
At James Studio Cell.
Managers
Everyone,
with credit
please
card.
stay safe when working with people for your assets, especially ones that are costly. I was under the impression this whole time that he was a reputable source since he was recommended through trustworthy friends, and I should have done my due diligence. Be careful. Snakes are in the grass.
Even news outlets like the Xerdo and VTuber News Drop picked up the story, amplifying the call for justice. Karma's a bitch, honey, and she's coming for you. James Sell, the studio owner, then decided to practically attempt to defend himself with a 35-page Google Doc.
Oh, wow.
Sweetie, even my most elaborate philosophical ramblings on VTuber don't reach that level of veracity. In that doc, he crafted a narrative of ambition, mismanagement, and personal hardships. He painted a picture of Studio Cell chaotic beginnings, where a passionate team, disillusioned with their previous employer, aimed high, only to be crippled by internal disputes, broken NDAs, and his own struggles
35
to
Google Doc page. I mean, let's be real. What he posted there, if you looked at it, you saw that there was mostly like, it's mostly like screenshots. So you put one screenshot and sometimes two screenshots and it takes one page. Yeah, so like it's not that crazy. 35. He didn't write 35 pages. He just posted screenshots.
A narrative of ambition, mismanagement, and personal hardships. He painted a picture of Studio Cell chaotic beginnings, where a passionate team, disillusioned.
No way, a lawyer okay that shit. Of course, the lawyer didn't okay that shit. Because if a lawyer look into his case, they will know that he's fraudulent. And they might try to defend him because that's their job. But in the end of the day, what he's doing now is creating more evidence against him. And that's the stupid thing. Like, that's what you do. Like, you can be a stupid guy. You can be a stupid individual. And you can scam people. But most times, whenever you're a stupid individual, you will dig a bigger hole than you ever had. And that's what he's doing here.
Lawyer aimed high, only to be crippled by internal disputes, broken NDAs, and his own struggles to establish a stable payment system. This initial misstep, he claimed, snowballed into a cascade of missed deadlines, unmet expectation, and strained client relationships. He addressed some of the accusations head-on, starting with the most high-profile case, Bao. He claimed her project, a music video collaboration, was plagued with a frustrating series of miscommunication and scheduling conflicts. The initial concept, he stated, was scrapped due to delays.
A funny, wait, I'll find it.
Lyrics, forcing a complete restart. Wix admitted to a payment error involving a double deposit through PayPal, which he claimed he attempted to refund unsuccessfully. The remaining funds, he explained, were applied as a credit to the project, a decision he insisted was coordinated with Bao's accountant. However, weeks of radio silence from Bao, coupled with his own escalating mental health struggles and the implosion...
I just want to show something funny just for a second. You see James' profile picture, right? You see that profile picture? You want to see something? A beautiful room newly prepared for Bao recently for the upcoming con. Look at this beautiful room she newly prepared for Bao. Look who's there. What a beautiful room. Oh god, has a fucking poster of him so she doesn't forget about it. Yeah, she'll she'll have sweet dreams. Oh my god, that's evil.
Was silence from Bao, coupled with his own escalating mental health struggles and the implosion of Studio Cell, led him to abandon the project, leaving Bao with no music video and a hefty financial loss. Wix then moved on to the allegations surrounding Saroy's project, acknowledging delays and conflicts but maintaining that all artists involved were ultimately paid. He detailed the challenges of meeting Saroy's rushed deadlines, the conflict with directors, and the constant cycling of artists in and out of the project. He highlighted Saroy's own significant financial contribution of $8,000 to ensure the project's completion, insisting she was aware of all payments and artist cuts through the production. Wix attempted to distance himself from accusation related to Connect VT, his separate venture focused on connecting VTubers with artists and other talents. He claimed Connect VT was financially independent from Studio Cell, with funds held in a separate bank account. He then addressed his involvement in SawaCon, a small anime convention, attributing its struggle to unforeseen circumstances like the demolition of their initial venue and the unexpected departure of a key hotel liaison. He vehemently defended his relationship with SawaCon staff, emphasizing their collaborative spirit and personal connection. He concluded by vowing to address further accusations, including allegations of employing spies within other VTubers agencies, network abuse, and additional unpaid commission in a future statement. However, despite his detailed account, a palpable sense of skepticism lingered. Many were unconvinced by his explanations, pointing to inconsistencies in his timeline, conflicting statement, and a lack of concrete evidence to support his claim.
He mentioned me here as if he did no wrongdoing. His actions directly led to everyone on the team to exit my project and the studio. He doesn't realize that it's not just squared away because I got refunded like everyone should be. I had to spend more than triple the amount to get new assets to replace them in the tiny amount of time before my deadline and still did not make the cut. It is impossible to replace a project like that with just a few months' time.
The thing is that people forget that whenever you make things like this, you have a lot of... It's like a hierarchy of people in itself. You can see this in the anime industry as well. But the thing is that you might have a project, but you might have someone working on this, and whatever they are working on, it will make this individual underneath them work, and then whatever they underneath is working on will have this individual work on. So whenever you're starting from here and this thing is delayed, then all of this is delayed. So obviously this can create a scenario whenever you're trying to produce like an animation video. Like if you have, let's say you have the vocals delayed, now you have the sound delayed, now you have this delayed, now you have this, if you have the sketch delayed, then you have the animations delayed, you know, like then you have the visuals delayed, then you have the editor delayed, you know, like everything. If you one individual at the top of the hierarchy delays everything, then it will just make the whole project crash in the end or take too much time. And that's why this situation also causes way more harm than it looks. It's not just about the money, it's about the time as well, and the time investment from the other people working at the other portions of the project.
I was literally just lucky that one of the animators that knew what happened felt pity for me and put together a team that could do it. Even in your best case scenario, you fucked me over royally, cost me triple the amount, and gave me an aneurysm right before my debut.
Since you've decided to include me even though I've been keeping things private, I was working with James from October 2022 to work on animations and assets for my 3rd anniversary. On April 13th, 2023, I was informed that everything was dropped. My anniversary was planned for May 7th.
All this effort in typing all this when you could have spent this time cashing out the money you still owe.
Damn, I step away for a few days from being sick and it looks like things kinda exploded. I'm tweeting from my bed right now because I can't sleep, but I guess I'll post about the animation stuff then. Also, yeah, no, he definitely has never contacted me regarding a refund.
The internet, ever hungry for justice, awaited his next statement with a bated breath. Unfortunately, that statement never came. And in a small victory for those who had been wrong, Bao, armed with the power of PayPal disputes, managed to at least claw back $15,000 of her hard-earned money.
Only 15?
I won 2 PayPal cases. I'm getting 15K of my money back. It's not all of the money, but it is something.
Bao's success has always resonated deeply within the Vietnamese community. As a VTuber of Vietnamese descent, she became a symbol of pride and inspiration, a testament to achieving dreams on the global stage. Dedicated Vietnamese translators helped amplify her reach, sharing clips of her streams and tweets that garnered millions of views. It's fair to say that she had a sizable Vietnamese fan base in her audience. Her warm interaction with Vietnamese fans, particularly when she sprinkled her streams and tweets with Vietnamese phrases, solidified her connection with this passionate community. Her appearance as a guest of the 2022 Ani Festival further cemented her status as a beloved figure. But this harmonious relationship shattered during the Lunar New Year of 2023. Bao, in a seemingly innocuous tweet, wished her followers a happy Chinese New Year, instead of acknowledging the Vietnamese New Year, Tet. This cultural misstep, seemingly minor on the surface, ignited a firestorm of controversy. Decades of historical tensions between China and Vietnam simmering beneath the surface erupted. Bao's Vietnamese fans, feeling betrayed and disregarded, transformed into a relentless force of opposition.
I mean, I can understand it. Historical situation like that can make some for spiteful events, and it could look very disrespectful if it looks intentional. But if it was her, if she did it by mistake, it did by mistake. It is what it is.
They mocked, they harassed, and branded her as a traitor. The situation worsened when Bao, in another ill-advised tweet, declared she'd never record another Vietnamese song if her latest cover didn't pop up. This sparked a fresh wave of outrage, those nationalist sentiments turning her words into an affront to their cultural pride. Even Shoto, another indie VTuber who had made a similar New Year's blunder, became collateral damage, caught in the crossfire of their anger. Months of relentless harassment took their toll. Bao, her mental health battered by the increasing onslaught, retreated from Twitter, handing the reins of her accounts to her manager in a desperate bid to reclaim a semblance of peace. Now you might think, phew, at least she's safe now, the storm has passed. But honey, you'd be wrong. This was merely the first act in a saga of betrayal, exploitation, and the dark side of online fame.
I told my manager, Miss Manager, I can't do this anymore. my mental is in the shitter. My mental is in the shitter, and I think Twitter is going to explode anyways. It's definitely imploding.
Indeed, the respite proved short-lived, as Bao's trust was once again shattered, this time by this figure that she trusted, that she had believed to be an ally, her manager. The very person she had entrusted with her Twitter account turned out to be a conniving, dare I say it, entrepreneur with a penchant for exploiting those sweet VTuber profits.
No way.
This manager, also owner of a merch company called Copium Merch, honestly, the name alone should have been a red flag, used Bao's clout to secure lucrative merch deals with other prominent VTubers. However, the orders went unfulfilled, and the deadlines dissolved in a haze of excuses, and Bao, along with her fellow VTubers, was left holding the bag.
I'm in shock.
literally. And an army of irate fans demanded their dakimakuras. Oof, that's the kind of PR nightmare that would make me reach for the emergency sake stash real quick. Bao, in a candid Twitter thread, revealed the truth. Her manager had essentially ghosted her, leaving her to grapple with the fallout of this merch mayhem. What's worst is that Amali, Shoto, and Yuzu, also notable VTubers,
this was recent.
Ali, Shoto, and Yuzu, also notable VTubers, had also fallen prey to this merch company's predatory practices.
Man, dude, it sucks. Like, it sucks that there's so many assholes out there that are just trying to get like a little bit of buck easily. Because, man, it makes people have trust issues. Like, this is causing way too much problems. Like, I mean, like, there's already so many trust issues in this industry itself, and now this is just amplifying it so much. That's just so, oh my god. How did this rat get in there, man? How did he become our manager?
Stories adding further fuel to the fire of internet outrage.
Man.
Thankfully, Vitramen, a ramen-based company, swooped in to salvage the situation, rescuing Bao and her fellow VTubers from this merch-induced meltdown. They took
Don't forget
over
those small peeps. That's the thing, like, my editor makes, like, has a side business where he makes, like, clothes and stuff for our streamers and stuff like that, and I feel like I can trust him. But again, I mean, whenever you hear these things, it does suck. This is not going to change my view on this invention because I've known him for a long time, right? But I would be very impressed if this happened to me, you know. Sarah's a good boy. Sarah is a very genuine and heart-filling soul. He's an amazing guy. So I don't think that what I've seen from Sarah, for example, would be a lie. But true, I do think that it is very hard whenever you are a bigger streamer to have people that you can trust. And I think that's whenever you need to use those companies like Mythic Talent and stuff like that that can assist you to figure out these things, because they have people focused properly on this to analyze it, and lawyers that are protecting them and stuff like that. Yeah.
And sold merch finally finding their way into the loving arms of patiently waiting fans and taking the time to sort this mess to help all of these VTubers. But plot twist, this saga of merch isn't over. Copia Merch is still trying to rebrand to a new account this day, claiming new drops coming for 2024. Bao's journey continued, and a whole
Could you at least say the names I know?
Her playfully plump Bao Berry model.
Damn!
Stuck again. Another indie creator by the name of Kenji debuted a similarly oversized model as a...
No, so this had nothing to do with the berry. Like, people think Kenji's fat model had anything to do with the Berry Bao model. He made this model because he played WoW in the past and he was getting a WoW sponsor to play their new BR. So he got this model because he's funny and it didn't take him too long. And he had a WoW sponsor. This is like an iconic character from the WoW South Park episode. Like, come on. And also he loves his model. He's made a lot. He likes stupid, ugly models. He loves them.
Sparking a wave of criticism. People also took issue with both.
Yeah, the people that took issues with this are weird.
His model.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop thinking about this.
And Bao's Bao Berry model appearance and lyrics
it
in her
jiggles.
California
Dude,
Girl
did you see the sweat
claiming
stains?
They were demeaning to plus-sized individuals. The problem.
They're based off a real person who looked like that as well. The person I knew was a joke. No, it's. That model is based off somebody in real life. If there's a streamer called Pirate Software, and his dad is that model, but his dad is not fat like that. He's not that big. But yes, his visuals are based off it. There's nobody that actually looked like that. That was the model of that thing. Just for reference.
Model wasn't inspired
there are probably somebody that looks like that,
figures,
but you know what I mean.
A long-running inflation.
If you can't take a fat joke, lose the fat. No, so the problem is that they are taking it personally whenever there's an inside community joke that they have no idea about, and they're feeling like they're being oppressed or being attacked over something that has nothing to do with anything about them. It's an inside community joke, and it's in a community where you can visually be anything. So if somebody want to be a ripped dude and they are fat in real life, nobody bats an eye. But if somebody's a ripped dude and want to be a fat model in the VTuber community, now somebody is going to be going wild over it. Like, come on, calm down. This has nothing to do with this. This has nothing to do with it at all. Let them. Yeah, I mean, Twitter there will always be people on Twitter that will be mad to get engagement bait. You know, there will always be people like that.
Community. Now,
I don't think there's anybody genuinely mad
means,
ever.
Allow me to ruin your day. Let's just say body inflation fetish involves expanding or pretending to expand certain body parts, often for a unique form of gratification.
Wow!
Once you inflate my butt, you'll be farting with love.
I like the Chinese letters. But that's not Chinese, that's Japanese. Holy fuck!
Inflation? Oh god, that word is fucking destroyed for me now.
Mad.
All this inflation shit. God damn it, Bao. Bao, this is all your fault!
And often in very sussy ways. Here, Bao serenaded her friend Vienna with an inflation-themed rendition of Katy Perry's California Girls, a performance I'm sure Katy herself would find interesting.
It is beautiful. Bro, that's sure.
And in a stream with Toma, Bao cheerfully explained the concept of inflation, showcasing fan-made artwork as well as AI-generated images of the infamous Bao Berry.
About inflation!
Right.
I feel like inflation's been really bad lately, though. I don't know what to do about it.
Yeah, it's maybe because, you know, like a VTuber named Bao keeps like buying up all the models on the market, and it's causing a lot of inflation. If you looked up Bao inflation, I think you could learn more.
Oh, okay. I'll make sure to do that in a little bit. Let me just bookmark that.
Yeah.
Inflation.
Yeah.
About inflation.
I think it could do you a little bit of good, just doing some light studying in your free time.
Oh, I see. The first,
she doesn't know.
30 results are not. That's not right.
What's going on?
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Clearly, this wasn't a malicious jab
Wow.
at the plus-size community, but rather a playful exploration of a niche meme embraced by her fans. However, the internet, ever the sensitive souls, often struggle with nuances. The accusations flew, the pitchforks...
I'm gonna be real, I think the internet is getting less soft nowadays. I think the people that are being soft is being pushed more nowadays. It seems like it. Like when I'm looking at things, people do those shouting and go crazy about things, but there's a lot of people that tell people to stop. Just calm down a little bit.
Were sharpened, and Bao found herself once again navigating the turbulent waters of online controversy. Thankfully, Bao's artist stepped in, offering a clear and concise explanation of the model's origins, which seemed to calm the storm and restore a sense of sanity to the situation. Thankfully, through all of these struggles, ups and downs, and controversies, Bao has managed to maintain a platform that is uplifting and positive. Her facecam cooking streams have been really a joy to follow.
That's a cute
but
one.
seriously, Bao needs to stop turning around. I don't
Stop
know what
showing
she's
that
baking
ass.
here, but
You
she's
know
got
what
a
you're doing,
whole ass
Bao?
bakery back
You know how your community react. Your community is down bad.
there.
Stop.
What's also really great is that she seems to be surrounded by a truly supportive network of friends who always have her back.
Yeah.
It's hard
I think the funniest thing is when Numi, Bao, like Tricky, you know, you just get all of them. You get all of them. Sender, you get all of them together and they play like something stupid. That's a great time
to see, and Bao continued to thrive as one of the VTuber scene's biggest indie stars. And
Cheers.
we can only hope she keeps on rocking the internet with her infectious positivity and awesome content for many years to come. Bao, armed with the power of PayPal dispute, because
that was a great video. Wait, let me like that video. That was That was such a good video, Rima. It was very interesting. I learned something new. I didn't know about Bao's background, and I didn't know about that management thing. That was something very recent that I was very unfamiliar about. Very cool video. Really, really cool video, guys. I love that. That was interesting. It sucks that what happens, but this again, I feel like this is not the last road time we will see this guy. Like when somebody jumps on this rodeo, they will jump on it again, and it does suck. And I hope that we will get more like some form of security in some sort of way with good companies that you can actually reach out to in this day and age, but that will assist you with these kind of matters. Because at the moment now, streamers don't really know who to trust now, and at the moment there's always somebody out there trying to get their back and take their money, always, which sucks. But we'll see how the time tells. I hope that this will be the last time, but I feel like it won't. Regardless, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you go check out Rima's channel. Go give her a like and a sub, and also like this video as well to help the algorithm gods share it around. Also sub to the channel if you enjoy these reacts, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.